All right, guys, thanks for joining me this Sunday morning. Sometimes I usually start my Sunday mornings with a sermon being preached on my videos, okay? So I am going to church. I'm getting ready. Um, why is it that I am willing to be out here and I am willing to confront a lot of stuff in my family? That is because I don't give up on my family. I do not give up on them. Um, we are living in a day and age where there is a lot of evil in this world. We know that the Bible talks about in the end days, people will be lovers of themselves, lovers of things, lovers of money, traitors. My son's going to church. Headstrong, etc. So, when we are Christians, we are to live out our life openly, our faith, that yes, we are Christians. We have worked out our salvation. We have worked out things. I had a mother-in-law who said, "What do you do? What do you do all day? What do you do all day?" Right? What did I do when my husband went to work? I worked very hard at my salvation. I went to church. I asked questions. I'm raising my kids, first of all. I'm taking care of my husband, helping to love my husband and take care of him. But on top of that, I did not waste being home. I worked very hard at good doctrine. I went to Bible classes. I went to conferences. I went to Bible studies. I took financial classes. I mean, when I tease about this, okay, my mother-in-law did say sorry for calling me a gold digger. She knows I'm not one. But I didn't even know about money. When I got married, I knew nothing about money. Nothing. And I never lived like money mattered. And in fact, my dad said, you know, I thought you were going to make something of yourself, when I quit college. So I said I did. I did. I became a mother. I did make something of myself. Um, we have the world that wants us to say, oh, you're successful. But many people do not understand when you have a family, when you're married, when you have children, that is success. That is real success. Family's everything, guys. So, she said she knows I wasn't a gold digger. She did apologize, but I still tease about that. And that is because you don't give up on your family. Am I willing to battle when they mock me? Yes, I am. Because when you love somebody, you are willing to argue with them. You are willing to fight with them. It's when the communication stops. That's when people don't care anymore. In a marriage, many people will say, well, why should you stay married if you fight all the time? When you fight, you're still talking. You're still communicating. My husband and I didn't fight all the time. We had 5 sons, so obviously we were together quite a bit. We had a very good marriage, so I don't know what happened at the end. Am I willing to fight Kevin Leandro? Yes, I am. There is more at stake than the eye sees right now. There is much more. Jesus Christ came and he died for my family. And of course, every family has crazy stuff that happens, right? Um, and you just go through it and you deal with it and you still love them and you're willing to, if they need to, if you have family that's, hitting on you and kicking you down for no reason, give it right back. I mean, give it right back and say, hey, what you're doing is not okay. What my husband did is not okay. But do I still love them? Yes. Yes, I do. And I am thankful to what my in-laws did do for me. They could have been more supportive, but yes, they had us over, and we went over on the weekends. My kids have memories of going to their pool all the time, swimming, Graham's good cooking. I mean, there is a lot of good. So you want to focus on the good. And I am starting to sweat a little bit here. And it's weird because usually I'm cold at night because of the AC stays on in this apartment sometimes. So anyways, it's a weird setup here. But yes, love my family, willing to fight up until the end. I do not want to see my father, who claims to be an atheist, that there's no God, and told me that I am not his daughter anymore and there's no God and I am not the same person. I am willing to fight for him. We have a very short life, guys, very short. People are dying left and right. We just saw over here a guy going 140 miles on his motorcycle. We see motorcycle accidents in New Hampshire, car accidents all the time. People don't know how to drive anymore. Life is short, guys, and we are either going to be with God when we die or we're going to hell. And there's just no room to fight over, there's a place to fight, but fight over these little things. We want people to go to heaven. That's what we want, guys. And sometimes it takes other people showing them, hey, you all that good you talk about you've done in life, that's trash compared to what all the sin that God talks about that we have. Okay? So we all need a savior. All that money you have, that means nothing. It means nothing. Nobody has a U-Haul following them to the grave, they say. That's nothing. So when you have been around people who don't really, think about their spiritual care and where they're going when they die, and you do know the truth, and you know that Jesus died for our sin, you want to help them. You don't want to just be like, oh, it's all about me. No, it's, willing to bend down and say, let me help you understand some truths. Let me help you understand. One, you don't have it all together. I'm going to knock your pride right out of you. Two, Jesus is the only way, not your good works, not what you're preaching, not your money, not how you lived. It's Jesus. So when we love somebody, we're willing to fight and we're willing to battle. And that is why my divorce is much more than a divorce. It is a spiritual battle going on between the truth and the lies that have been told. It's about people not liking God, and it's a lot of people really, in the end, crying for help, saying, I want you to love me, and I already do. So I don't know why we're fighting about this. It's not my problem you feel insecure. I already do love you, and I'm not the one, as Kevin Leandro said, oh, what did he say in a video? You're so dirty, you bikers. I have never said bikers are dirty. Never. And so actually, I will be a biker. I have a group of people I talk to who want me to go biking with them. So, yeah. So, it's your own perspective you have put on yourself and has nothing to do with me. Okay? So when we come to know Christ, we're going to be a light and we're going to live out the truth about God, that he died for us. So be willing to understand it's not your own righteousness that gets you to heaven, but God's righteousness.